Hello everyone! Today, the new 25th episode of Skibiditoilet Multiverse has finally been released, and now I'm going to analyze it for you and find all the secrets and Easter eggs that you might not have known about or noticed at all. I'll also build some theories about what we can expect in the next episode. Why didn't Titan TV Man destroy Titan Drill Man? What is the TV Cube that Titan TV Man handed over to Titan Cameraman? And why is there something in the Clockmen headquarters that the Alpha is so eager to destroy? Get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it's going to be very interesting. Let's go! This episode starts right after the previous episode's ending scene. When Titan Drillman opens his huge mouth to finish off Titan Cameraman, however, Cameraman managed to survive somehow by setting up one of his shield enhancers, so he was able to withstand these blows. Then, Titan Drillman absorbs the shield booster with a drill in his chest, and electric sparks start to appear all over his core body. And I actually think that these mechanisms inside of the Titan are not only necessary for the destruction of everything that gets in there, but also for the absorbing of the energy of these objects, which enhances some of his abilities, one of which we are just about to see ourselves. While Titan Cameraman looks in front of him in a state of utter surprise, Titan Drillman opens his head drill, inside of which an energy ball begins to form, after which two Titans start shooting their energy beams at each other. However, the big red Titan didn't feel even a slightest touch of inconvenience from the Titan Cameraman's powerful shot, whereas Drillman's ball turned out to be mighty enough to practically destroy his comrade. He even managed to tear off his right arm. And the exact same thing happened in the 65th episode of the original series of Skibiditoilets, when Titan Cameraman lost his arm. And just when the Red Giant was ready to finally destroy his former ally, something else happened afterwards. And it actually was the thing that we all had been waiting for and predicting for such a long time. Black clouds appeared with many lighting sources inside of them, which could only mean one thing. Titan TV Man has arrived to the scene. And it happened the same way as was in the original series by Boom, exactly at the moment when Titan Cameraman was on the verge between life and death in episode 67. And the TV Man here is practically the same and resembles his original version almost completely, but with some exceptions. For example, you can see some detail on his head, but it is not yet clear what exactly it is needed for. But later we will see what function this device performs. And he also has a cannon on his left hand, which is capable of generating something which is similar to black holes that attract any objects around them. And while Titan Drillman was trying not to get caught in this tricky thing, Titan TV Man then gave Titan Cameraman something similar to the Rubik's Cube. But the only difference is that instead of some colored squares, it has small TVs on it. And while he was giving this pretty-looking cube to the cameraman, you could see him scrolling one of its faces. And I assume that by this action, he was making it work somehow, or programming it for some sort of purpose, setting the place where its owner should teleport to. And when Titan Cameraman picks up the cube, he then gets immediately teleported, and most likely to his base for further maintenance. So there are only two Titans being left in this place. Just by this time, the mini black hole that was holding Titan Drillman back ceases to exist and he begins to attack, which is clearly does not Titan TV Man happy. But the grief of loss has too much clouded his mind, and he is seriously trying to destroy his friend. Just look at these incredibly powerful blows. If one of them would have actually hit TV Man, then most likely, we would not see him ever again. And to tell it frankly, this whole thing reminded me of One Punch Man from the anime of the same title. And there is even a similar scene here. However, Titan TV Man is much more agile than his giant bro is, so he easily dodges his blows, cutting off some of his parts at the same time and using several of his awesome abilities, which we have already seen in another series, namely, the ability to separate the TV from his body, which allows him to avoid a fatal blow, as well as teleportation of only one hand with an energy sword. And it also allows him to cut off one of the Drillman's horns from a completely unexpected angle. And the lasers on his head turned out to be powerful enough to disorient Drillman, and thanks to this, he also loses his drill on his left hand. And then, afterwards, Titan TV Man brings the blades on his back into a fighting position mode, as well as making a protective screen for his TV, and I assume that it was these actual devices that allowed him to do so. He shoots Drillman with his blades, which are being attached to some special chains, just like Titan Speakerman did. But that turned out to be a huge mistake from his side, And I don't know what he was counting on, pulling this giant towards himself. Well, in the end, it turns out to be quite different, and Titan Drillman grabs those chains and pushes the Titan TV man directly towards himself, giving him a pretty strong blow to the body, and thank God he survived it. Drillman then once again opens his head drill and generates an immensely powerful energy ball in there in order to finish off Titan TV Man for good now. But now we get to see another new ability from this mighty guy. As soon as the yellow beam hits him straight away, he then starts absorbing his energy quickly, and I guess that unlike Drillman, he doesn't have to actually absorb some objects. Instead of doing such a thing, he can suck some energy directly with his core. And it reminds me a lot of the character in the X-Men movie series named Sebastian Shaw, who also absorbed energy easily using his hands and the inner mind power. So then he could have used it against his arch enemies. And TV Man did the same thing in here, actually. After sucking all of the energy of Titan Drill Man, he makes a powerful shot from his core, which, unlike the previous shots, was actually able to bring this giant to the ground permanently. And I must tell you, that was actually a pretty cool scene. And the whole episode seems to be pretty awesome in that sense, too. And, well, I also think that he had a pretty damn good opportunity to finish him off completely right here and right now, but he did decide not to do it, which I kind of consider to be a big mistake. And not because the Skibiditoilet forces appeared in the farther distance at this point already, which he could actually pretty easily cope with. But there are several other reasons for him making such a decision here. Firstly, he spared his life, because this is his brother and ally after all, and secondly, I think that he actually understood that the Toilet Skibidi army has Drill Woman in its captivity, for whom Titan Drillman is now fighting for so eagerly. And the fact that she is these toilets hostage does not seem to be fun as well, so the attack on them is fraught with the fact that she will probably not stay alive afterwards. And Drillman definitely won't forgive him for that if this happens. After saying a few last words to him, he teleports away. And after that, the red giant attacks the toilet squad, destroying 3 helicopter Skibidi. However, when he was about to attack the 4th Skibidi, he took off the red blanket, under which there was a cage with Drill Woman inside. That's what you've been shown with the help of mine in one of the leaks, so I wouldn't say that it became much of a surprise for you and me, guys. She shows that to him with a hand gesture, that everything is actually pretty fine, and then a satellite Skibidi flies up with a message on the TV, and it goes like, "Destroy Clock Base if you want her to live." In the previous video, I predicted that there will be an attack on the Clockman's base, but it didn't happen in this episode, but at least I was right that the Skibidi-toilets will blackmail the Titan into doing it. Also, you might be wondering why Drillman doesn't just destroy that Skibidi with the harmonica and free his girlfriend from him. But these toilets aren't stupid enough for falling for such a trick. So most likely, this Skibidi is being equipped with a detonation system in advance, like the one that we saw in the 22nd episode. And if this toilet gets damaged in any way, then the detonators will go off and take Drill Woman with him to Skibidi Heaven. The Titan Drillman should understand this pretty clearly, and that's why he's going to agree to the terms of these damn toilets, just to save the last representative of his race. Although it seems to me that some Drillmen should have been saved as well. But the Titan obviously doesn't know about it. While he's considering this proposal, the Skibidi welders fly up to him and weld back the parts that the Titan TV man cut off from him. And they do it surprisingly quickly and nicely, bringing the drill man into full working condition. And don't you think that's strange, guys? Where did Skibidi get such an experience in repairing this Titan? And yet, I suspect that there was a traitor in the ranks of the Alliance who leaked the drawings of this giant, and the Skibidi, after studying them, recognized his device, so they were able to repair it in the battlefield surroundings. And also, this thought was brought to me by this TV cube, which was transferred to Titan Cameraman. Most likely it is with the help of such devices that some Skibidi have the opportunity to teleport. And honestly, I do not know who could be this traitor for now. So, I think that in the next episode, we will finally see the battle for the Clockman's base, which the Alpha is so eager to destroy, and I doubt that this desire came out of nowhere. Most likely there is something that's being hidden in this headquarters that bothers the Alpha so much to reach some of her goals. And most likely, there is the source of the power of the clock. What do you think, guys, about that? Now be sure to subscribe to my channel not to miss my new videos. And that was me, Skibiditoilet. See ya!